We've all seen this stage plenty enough times. You know it so well. You know the Yover wall. I don't think we're going to be seeing that, but we're going to be probably seeing some sick plays. And I'm looking forward to seeing those plays come to fruition. Strong opening from both. The two opening plays that we saw twice from Black... what was it? Aaron or Black Rose? But the Ursa Anomaly, followed by Captain. Both of those games. Yeah, that was Black Rose. Both coming in on River Drift, which tickles my fancy something fierce. Trying to find a way to get the Captain to fit in. It is definitely possible. You gotta... Trey does have a Tentatek. So there is an absolute opportunity, but Cookie sees it coming a mile away. It's like, I just played Yoven 4 times? You think I'm not wise to that? Shuts it down. Just swats it down. Oh, I think... following that with the Tentatek play, I think DblCookies actually unintentionally stopped the Euro Shot placement as well. Which is absolutely wild to me. We do have a Splash Mob that does fit instead. Doing a little bit of damage, doing a little bit of coverage, but Trey still has plenty of ways to paint her own turf. Very nicely placed Hero Shot here. Just continuing to pay it up, set up some special. Really needs it to be able to break into DblCookies and do some damage. Though at the same time, it's already been sectioned off. I don't know how impactful a special is going to be. Trey does have the points lead, but if DblCookies is now focusing on base building, it might be... It's probably going to wash away pretty quickly. Especially when, yeah, just 10 points right there. 8-point difference. We do have a special that can come out here. The splatter screen is going to be used to cause maximum, or a Zipcaster. Whichever one is coming out is looking for maximum disruption. Like, that's a solid play, but how do you reach into the left? And you're not really doing anything to the right. You need to just do something to at least one of them right from the get-go. And then hopefully be able to mess with both down the road. But yeah, that's not impactful enough to be able to stop the Dapple Dualies. Does mean that the left side is going to be interrupted by this very aggressive Clash Blaster. Help ensure that Treylina gets to secure her point lead, which Trey absolutely needs to keep. Oh! Steals the Callie's eye! And claims some points for it. And parry coming in. That's going to be another 2 special earn for Trey. And I feel like this game is good as gone. Drop a nice special with the bucket. Might as well. Get 1 special off of it, and then you drop the splatter screen. Like, there's still so much space to contend and destroy for on DblCookies' end. They get this. That's a lot of points that are going in their... Actually, not even that much. That's still 20 points deficit. Trey could almost pass on this turn and still win. I'm just giving the point right here. We all know what's happening. Here it is. 17-point advantage, Treylina. Very strong start. Especially against DblCookies, who just took Yoven out. Trey wants to be... Like, it says a lot. If you take down the person who just took down the top seed, that's gonna feel pretty good. Just, let's be honest. That great way to Great way to make it into the finals. I believe... Oh, yeah. This is also worth noting that we're just gonna dip these two. We don't need... We'll just do it this way. We'll just make it look a little weird. It's fine. I'm pretty sure this is best of 3. Oh, no, it's best of 5. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Better. It looks better this way anyways. And our next game is going to be... As if we are not already on enough of a roller coaster here. We're going to box seats. The smallest, most enclosed, most chaotic map in the game. I have yet to see a single time where this map gets fully filled up in all of my Tableturf. Streaming, commentating, and enjoying. Will this be the tournament where we see box seats filled up? Probably not, but it's fun to hope. Ooh, solid Octo Stamp there. In a stage as small as this, any overwrite is a good overwrite, even if it's a single point. That's so... Every point makes a difference here. Like, where if you go anywhere on any of the other maps, it's like, oh, this is pretty close. But you can see one is starting to get a lead. This score right now is very de facto in Treylina's favor. It's not, oh, we're slowly eking into one or this person. If you bring that down, you could combo that with the Splattershot Jr. Oh, but we do end up catching out the bucket. That actually is a really good play in that regard, because that would technically be a clash, but because Trey had the special on that spot, Trey actually gets the overwrite because the special blocks prioritize over normal blocks. So no clash, just 3 points for Trey, and we have an excellent spot for the Splattershot Jr. anyways. Yep, no, I can already see it with how this map is turning out. This is not gonna be a beautifully filled in map. It's gonna break my heart. There's gonna be lots of empty spaces. Ooh. Trying to get the overwrite and Trey making a very lucky call to not go for it. Absolutely wild play there. That just stroke of luck in her favor. Looking at the score as we move into the final rounds, Treylina with a phenomenal 8-point lead and a monumental amount of special. The one downside is she has one special block she's not going to be able to activate. But if DblCookies activates it, then she does get it. DblCookie, she, like, by having a position there, she doesn't have that special, but neither does DblCookies. So we got a little bit of self-assured destruction in this map too, which is always great. I love self-assured destruction. Goes for the pass, which is so bad in this map. There is so much just constant tempo. Like, you want to just make plays every turn, and then you get to the late game, and you're just making plays that are, like, spending resources, but very slowly. It's entirely possible DblCookies isn't going to be able to spend all of it, his special. Never mind, he's playing a Splash Mob. But that's also just... That's just a spot Treylina can just take now. Like, one of those flat lanes just fits perfectly in there. I think that one, yeah, right there. Yeah, it's 2 off from perfect. Which is super, super clean. And reasonably, she's going to hold out on that. Goes for this. She's going to have some spare special too. Actually, well, she's got a different card that's coming up that's a little more expensive. Would it be better just to go for the play where she takes as much as possible and then goes for the other card later? Okay. Gains 2 points. We have a 4 special Squelcher. If Trey just finds a good spot for this... Oh, that spot might have actually... that she covered might have actually been it. Okay, she's just gonna lock into there. I don't think Cookies has a way to bring this back. That's a 4-11. Does get overwritten, though. Does Treylina have a 2-point lead on DblCookies? She's got a 2-point lead on DblCookies. They need a single victory to move into loser finals, where she will be facing off against her nemesis. It would be absolutely wild. The person who takes Joven out immediately gets removed from bracket. That's just mind-boggling to me. Like, it's perfectly reasonable. It's a card game. There's so much variance. It's entirely possible that Joven got locked out by bad RNG. But, like, at the same time, you have to have incredible skill, even outside of RNG, to be able to light a candle to Joven. And DblCookies was able to do that. And now we're heading into this where Trey has a 2-point lead. DblCookies needs to get 3 wins in a row to stay in this tournament. Neither player having very good openings. Yeah, just get that Ouroboros right in there. Heck it with like controlling field and stuff. Just like have Ouroboros ready to like cause chaos. There we go. That's beautiful. Very good. I like this. Will anything fit in there is the question. Or is that just going to be a nice little scare tactic? Oh my goodness, these catches. That was not intentional. I know for a fact that that was not intentional. That's hilarious. What all from being true. Trey's trying to find a way to get themselves, like, some of their combos off, because their X Marks the Garden deck is so meticulous. It is designed that they can win off of just having their starting space. Which is really unfortunate with how awkward, like, their opening was. Because they didn't get to have that. I would honestly consider playing the Trizuka. Like, that's a Joe spot. That's the Joe spot, Trey. You can't play anything there. Ah, you lost the Joe spot. I would consider just, like, getting the Trizuka just in there to cause more pressure doesn't seem like a bad idea right now. Especially since... Oh, no, there's the special spot where down in the left where they would be able to get 2 special. Where they set up the Gal. They're not looking there. They really need to look over there. Okay, no, they're trying to get 2 special off of this way. Probably a long special at some point. And this is a perfectly serviceable play. Gets right in there. DblCookies now has to deal with that. But... I mean, it's self-assured destruction. This entire state is a mess. If DblCookies wins here, I would not be surprised if Trey decides to take us back here, just so they can actually play this deck properly. Like, this is so all over the place. And yeah, that spot that Trey put the Octostand, 100% intended to be a special play. And we are now bricks. Question is double cookies. We're heading into the final 3 turns. Tentatek comes out. That's 2 special. If Trey went for the Octo Stamp that I was talking about, they would be at 4 special right now. I think they lost the game because of that. Not seeing that opportunity might have cost them the game. 2 turns left. What's left is a 3-7, which... Is there a way to get 3 special off of this? Nope, just gotta go for points. But with double cookies having so much more special, they would have been able to, Trey would have been able to do something here if they went for the other spot. Does that be 5? Oh no, but then be brought down to 2. Yeah, no. They wouldn't have been able to do something. But yeah, feels bad. This is a feels bad. Oh, they were banking on getting the arrow spray into that corner. Which they're not doing. Oh, good catch. Good catch. But unfortunately, there's no way in the frozen hells that I walk right now that's going to be enough. And so Double Cookies claims a point. His first win in this semifinal bout. Needs 2 more to advance to finals. Treylina is just looking for that one. Very close, very intense match. As much as I would say, no, I don't think the Octo Stamp placement would have actually been a game-winning situation. That was just... If Trey at the very least got to play on X marks the way that they like to play on X marks, that might have been a game for him. But honestly, the opening hand for both players was atrocious. It was a bit better for Double Cookies, which I think is what led to the win. Was Double Cookies just had a slight... It wasn't great, but it was better. And there's a few other choices elsewhere. Yeah, I've got a Dynamo. After the last game, they're like, no, I'm just taking this. I'm just taking this. Now to cause some chaos, cause some damage. But honestly, they're going to be pretty secure because they have the one spot they need. Everything else can just be icing on the cake. Wait, can they get this? They could have got the special off of that. No, they couldn't. Darn, it's so close. I want them to have been able to get the special off of that. They deserve the special off of that. Alright, and now it's time to create the base wall. Especially since Double Cookies has a special right there. It's like, oh, I should probably make sure that I'm safe. Even more so since Trey does already have some good pieces set up to, like, push. What? Okay, that's a decent aerospray position. But Trey's not getting the cards that they need. They need the blaster. The blaster is just like it wants to... That spot is begging for it so badly right now. And I imagine Double Cookies is like racing to try to build up to stop that. Because that is Trey's game. Like they can do a lot outside. But that is the big thing. Alright, double skies specials. All the things that Trey needs aren't being top decked. He's gonna go in. He's not going in. Is that the right one? No, it's the wrong one. But that's still very impactful. It's still really good. Fills her board up a lot more. Now she's literally just waiting for it. But you might as well get a little bit of icing here. That is a really good position too. If she did go for it, where she essentially sets herself up to have her gal, even if it doesn't work out in the spot that's about to get this. Oh! He disrupted the wrong way. Treylina wins! He disrupted the wrong way! He's not aware of her deck! That is 4 special! He didn't see it! She could get so many more off of the next gal. This is the right call though. She just needs to get points. She could just go ham on points. Drop the dynamo. Do it! Do it! Yeah! In the point lead, she just needs a good 312. Is that enough? That's not enough. That's not enough either. DblCookies found something he's content with. I don't think Trey can find some... I don't think she can find something super impressive. Maybe the dynamo could have been placed a little bit better. Is that the best she's gonna have? Out comes the splatter screen. It cuts in! He loses a couple of points. But, is that a tie? He wins by 2 points. She couldn't get her defense online. It got too close to the end. She couldn't get her defense online, and he was able to break through because of that. Absolutely wild that he was able to find the through line with the splatter screen. I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if she goes back there. Like salt, yes, but also that's her deck is so good for there. Going back one more time to drifting in the wet river. Who will be advancing? Will DblCookies get the win streak and advance to Black Rose Dragon? Wrong deck. I think that's the wrong deck. Oh, wrong map. Okay, yeah. No, that's what I figured. Okay. We got our right map. We got our right map. We're going to double Gemini. This is it. This is for the beans. This is a good opening hand. If Trey can just... it wouldn't be too interactive if she went to and just started farming for special. But it's so tempting. But like, that's a... Oh, yeah, so it's not that great of an opening hand in that regard. But... Oh, there you go. Yeah, never mind. Oh, just positioned it a little bit off, a little too anxious. A little too rambunctious with the setup. Steelhead no longer fits there. The Cohawk fits perfectly, though. That is unfortunate. but Trey's got it in. And, like, if they act fast, they might, like, they have the option to go for aggression here, and I think that's what they're going for. Could have tried to wall out that area, which actually would have been really nice. Though that special spot would have been really hard to counter. Everything's just out of reach. I think the plus. Squid Force. Oh! Oh! Trey cuts through like a hot butter through knife. Steelhead has to go on in enemy territory to work. It does that. That bottom spot's for the Cohawk. Trying to cause some damage, but Squid Force cuts through. Hype Manta Storm has nowhere to fit. We've got a good Cohawk spot. Doesn't need to worry about that. Just want to find a nice spot to put the Steelhead instead. Yep, there you go. Trey sees it. Trey sees it. DblCookies likely looking to cause more disruption here. Novo manages to get the special and eat through the Steelhead. Definitely the right time to go for the Cohawk. Worried about it getting taken away from another aggressive play. DblCookies is in a very strong spot right now. Has his own base. He has sections that he can still work with, where Treylina doesn't have nearly as much confidence. The spot I was just thinking about ends up getting taken by a small fry. That would have been such a good curling bomb spot. If I was more patient, I might have saw that and been like, instead of fear, be like, oh, that's the play. I think by rushing for the Cohawk, that might actually be the... She's still in this. I'm not going to write it off. But this is a much scarier position because she didn't go for that play. We do get the Zip Caster. Perfect time for it. Because she can use this to rush in and do some disruption. And I imagine DblCookies is really wanting to... There's a lot of good positions set up in that little... The left bottom base. The left bottom section that DblCookies can take advantage of. If you get a Zip Caster in there, you could just start shutting that whole thing down. Ooh! Ooh, that is a spicy paintbrush. That does exactly what I'm wanting, but better, and only for 2 special. Pass the next turn. Secure that lead significantly. That's an 11-point lead. Safe to pass. Like, DblCookies has the opportunity to do 2 3-12s, which is going to do a lot of damage. I wouldn't say it's safe to pass here, but they have to. But, like, this is their best chance. And now it's about finding the right spot for the Zip Caster. Which I think I see a couple of decent spots. In comes the triple splashdown. Sets a notable lead for DblCookies. Here's the ink vac. Even if it's perfect, this might be DblCookies' game, which would be heart-wrenching after the phenomenal first 2 games that Trey had. But that's just what you do when you beat seed number 1 in a tournament. Out comes the splatter screen, and that is a 7-point lead, and DblCookies gains a win streak.